Hello Toy Collector fans, Universal Toy Collector here and welcome to the channel. Join me today as I open up these bad boys and then get them in the display. Okay, so as you can see it was pretty Star Wars heavy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off opening up this Batmobile and getting this in the display. So this is going to look absolutely awesome. I only opened this the other day actually, in a box opening. And let's see if I can get this open. I'm not too worried about the box, so I'll probably end up bidding that anyway. So let's get this open, get it out. So get rid of that. How cool does this look? Absolutely freaking awesome. Oh, there you go. These bloody cable tie things. So get that undone. Come on, that's it. Here we come. So I'm hoping that now should just lift out. Look at that. Easy. Get this stuff out the way. Let's just have a look at this. Move that out the way. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Oh, I'm absolutely loving this. How cool does that look? Look at that. Absolutely awesome. I might need to get some heat and just straighten these bits out, but I can do that at a later date. But other than that, yeah, really happy with that. Absolutely superb. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need some heat. These are a bit bent, so I'll heat these up and get these into position. But yeah, other than that, absolutely awesome. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get the Star Wars figures opened up. Once I've done that, I'll get them in display or on display, and then I'll pan the camera around and show you what I've done. Okay, give us a couple of seconds. Righty ho, so now I'll get to open up Rio Durant. So he was the little four-armed guy from Solo. And in all honesty, I didn't really care too much about the character. He wasn't in the film long enough for me to get to like him. Not saying I didn't like him, I didn't dislike him, I just didn't think he was that great, but there you go. He looks cool as a figure, and he'll go well with the rest of the set. Okay, out you come. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, sorry about that. That was a racket. That is going to make some pretty cool viewing, isn't it? So he's got his little pistol there. He's got his other little gun here. Yeah, brilliant. Awesome stuff. Okay, bending his arm there. Yeah, so let's just put his gun in his hand. There he is. It's basically going to be difficult to stand now, is he? No, look at that. Awesome. Let's get a close-up of him there. There you go. So yeah, Rio Durant. Okay, yep. He looks pretty cool actually. I don't mind him as a figure. A weird looking bloke, isn't he? But alright, give us a couple of seconds and I'll oh, you sod. Anyway, give us a couple of seconds and I'll get the next lot up. Okay then, last but not least, I'll get these 6 figures open. So I've got Arc Trooper Jesse. I'll get him open and stick him with the rest of his gang. And then I've got the two Bespin security guards, the Stormtrooper, R2-D2, and the Imperial Gunner. And what I'll do is I'll get them set up in the on the display in their relevant sections. So what I'll do is I'll open these off camera, basically because the last one I did on camera was an absolute freaking racket. So I wouldn't have enjoyed listening to that. So yeah, I'll get these open, and then what I'll do is I'll show them in front here, and then I'll show you them in the display. 2 seconds. Okay, so here we go then. These are the figures out of the cards. So really happy with these. A couple of grumbles. You have the Stormtrooper here, the definitive Stormtrooper with the rocker ankles and the gun holster. Looks absolutely amazing. I know there's been issues with the peg holes. I haven't put them on a stand yet, so I will do. So no doubt I'll have that issue with the peg holes. But overall, he looks absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with this guy here. Then we have the two Bespin security guards. Again, yeah, fairly decent looking figures. Not too impressed with this crunch here in the chest. I don't think that was necessary, but you know, they've done it now, so that's how it is. But yeah, I mean, again, these two figures, they should have came out when the carbon freezing chamber was released a while back, but we have them now, so yeah, they don't look too bad. Then we have Jesse. Really loving this guy. Looks absolutely fantastic, and he's going to look pretty cool when he's with these his mates, Fives and Echo. So yeah, really happy with that one. Then we have R2. Not really too much to say about that, to be honest. He looks pretty cool. You've got the pop-up lightsaber. No, the pop-up lightsaber. Sensor scope, rather. Pop that down, the leg comes out. So yeah, he's fairly cool. And then we have the Death Star gunner. Now, yeah, for me, this is the worst of the bunch. I'm glad we've got the card, but his helmet is way too small, and there's no gun holster. This was released, or there was a similar figure to this, which I have, who has a far bigger helmet, which is removable, and he also has the gun holster. So I think I prefer the older version than this one, but you know, we've got him on card. I mean, if you have him on card, you want a decent figure as well, but I'm not too happy with this. But overall, you know, I am happy with what I've opened up here. Like I say, there's a couple of gripes, but what can you do? I mean, yeah, will they look good in display? Of course they will. Right, so talking of displays, give us a couple of seconds. I'll get these guys in their respective display areas, and I'll give you guys a look in a second. 2 minutes. Okay, so here we have the Batmobile in the Batcave with the rest of the figures. What a fantastic looking setup this is. I am so happy with this. It is just such a fun line to collect. Absolutely awesome. The colours, you know, I've said before, it was the campest TV show in the world, but wow, these make absolutely great looking action figures. They are basic, but I don't care about that. They just look absolutely tremendous. And that Batmobile has really set this set off now. So I'm so happy with that. So because it's on the top and stuff like that, and every time the door opens, these used to fall over. So what I've done is I've got some glue dots, put them underneath. So those are secure now. The glue dots are pretty cool. They don't leave any residue. You can take it off fairly straightforwardly, and you wouldn't know that there's been glue dots there. So this has been stuck down with glue dots as well, so that's pretty cool. But look at these. So I think it's just Mr. Freeze that I need now, and the other version of Catwoman to complete this set. And I also think there's a Villain's Lair. Maybe another day I'll get that, but this is absolutely tremendous. I am so happy with this. Yep, absolutely beaming. That looks absolutely awesome. Give us a couple of seconds and I'll show you the original 96 figures. Okay, so here's the Stormtrooper from the Star Wars card back. Yes, I had the same issues as everybody else with the peg holes. So what I've done is I've used the magic glue dots. Put them on both feet and just held him there for a few seconds and he seems to stay in place. So that's fairly cool. So yeah, happy with that. And there's the rest of the figures. There's that bloody C-3PO look. What a donut he looks like. We need a new one. So yeah, these are the rest of the figures from Star Wars or A New Hope. There's a few figures missing. We need the Death Star Commander on the card back as well. So he's from the Black Series line. Or was it the Star Wars 30th? I can't remember. But anyway, we need him. That's the Rogue One Darth Vader. The only reason I've got him there is because I don't have the one from A New Hope. So he looks pretty cool. So I'm quite happy with him there for the time being. Okay, so moving down, there's R2. Looks pretty cool. Okay, so the Stormtrooper. The Imperial Commander and the AT-AT driver, they need updating and put on a vintage collection card. But there you go. They're the two guys there in the back. You can just see them. They do display well, I've got to say. That looks pretty cool. So again, there's a few figures missing from here. So I need to get those, or they need to release them on the card backs. And then here we go. Here's the Empire Return of the Jedi shelf. And there's the Imperial Gunner there. So he was on a Return of the Jedi card. So I've put him with the Return of the Jedi figures. But yeah, I'm again missing a few. But what I've done is with the vintage collection, I've tried to mimic what I've done with the vintage Kenner. There's Moff Tarkin there, so I've just chucked him in there. So I've tried to mimic the setup. Obviously I've got a few variants here. I'm not going to be doing that with the vintage collection. And then there's the Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so fairly happy with that. But I haven't got a spare shelf to put the last 17. Otherwise, you know, people like Yak Face, Lando, Luke, they would have all gone on the other shelf for the last 17. But I don't have the room because I've got my G.I. Joe stuff directly underneath. Whereas here, it's just all predominantly Star Wars goodness. So yeah, if I'm moving too fast, I'm sorry. But yeah, so, yeah, there's a setup there. That's the C-3PO we need in the vintage collection. Come on, Hasbro, get your fingers out your asses. Let's have him on a Star Wars card, back metal. Please. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. But yeah. So yes, that's my Star Wars original trilogy vintage collection. I am missing a few. I'll get around to getting those at some point. Yes, there you are. Right, 2 seconds and I'll show you Jesse. Okay, so before I get to Jesse and the guys, I thought I'd show you Rio with Val and Tobias. So there you go, there's our little setup. Not too bad. That's complete now. Then we have Dryden Voss there. And then we have Lando, who's pretty cool. That stupid droid at the back, wasn't keen on her. Chewie, Han and Kira. and Moloch, or Moloch, or whatever you want to call him. But yeah, it's a pity. It would have been nice to get a few more of his cronies, really. He looks a bit of a loner there, doesn't he, on his own? So it would have been nice if we could have got a couple more figures to have gone with him. But yeah, not a bad setup. That's fairly cool. So there he is once again. Rio with Tobias and Val. Right, 2 seconds and I'll move on to Jesse. Okay, so there's Jesse with the rest of his guys. Fives and Echo. These look such great figures. They are absolutely awesome. They look fantastic. Again, we need a new Rex. He's absolutely awful. So he kind of, for me, is the weak link. I've mentioned that before. What I do find, again, is these are really difficult to stand up. They won't balance properly. So I've put him on the stand, but I've had to use glue dots again. But he's started to tilt back already. And also the guns and the weapons are really, really flimsy. So you just got to touch them when they fall out of the hand. So they don't grip onto the guns very well. But you know, looks wise, I think these are great. I think they could have done a bit of a better job on the weapons. They're too flimsy. And they need an updated Captain Rex for sure. But this is the rest of my prequels shelf or display. So fairly happy with that. I've got some more 501st clone troopers there. So I think I've got another 4 to open. We've just got the standard clones there. And the ATTE, I think it's called. Yes, it is. Didn't realise it had batteries. And I only found that out until I watched a video from Only One. He's recently got this vehicle. And it looks absolutely fantastic. And it is. I didn't think I'd like this Clone Wars stuff. But my God, this is absolutely... It's an amazing vehicle. And at some point, I will get round to be putting batteries in it. So yeah, that's fairly cool. So that'll be another day. And then underneath, I've got my droids. I've got Maul and the Speeder back there. So these are fairly cool. Probably need to get some more of these at some point. So these are the battle droids from the Phantom Menace line. I think they look a lot better than the ones that the Vintage Collection have done. Yes, the card back is good, but they're just so flimsy and frail. They fall over, and they look so out of proportion compared to the rest of the figures from the wave. A bit like that C-3PO, he's out of proportion. So what I've done is I've just swapped the guns out. Used the guns from the Vintage Collection because the ones from the Phantom Menace were far too big and they look big and clumsy. These look a lot better. So yeah, I much prefer these battle droids. And we need one of these guys in the Vintage Collection as well, so that'd be nice. Oh, and those two. And a Stap. And probably a battle tank as well. But yeah, so that's that. And then underneath, we have the 2 pod racers. And will I get the rest of the pod racers? I don't know, maybe. Not a priority for me at the moment. But yeah. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That was just a quick opening and displaying and showing the display that they are in. Yeah, other than that, I think that's going to be a wrap for this video. So, if you are new to the channel, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to let you know of more content. And as always, there will be more content. And we shall see you in the next video. Take care, stay safe, and bye for now.